Hey everybody, welcome to How to Avoid Buying an RV Nightmare. My name's Tony Flamme. I'm with the National RV Training Academy, and with me is Brenda Puckett. She is a certified National RV Inspectors Association inspector. And we're going to cover quite a few topics. This one is going to be about who needs an RV inspection, but we're also going to cover what if a salesperson says we don't need an inspection because they do a PDI. What are the most common things you see go wrong with when you're inspecting? What does an inspection cost? What are some of the most surprising things? So if you stick with us and watch this series, you're going to see some crazy pictures on some of the most surprising things.
Right.
But right now we're going to start with who needs an inspection.
I'm glad you asked. I have people calling me, whether they're veterans and they've owned several RVs for decades. I have people that are brand new and they're just getting ready to make the first purchase, their very first RV, and kind of everybody in between. Some of these people may or may not have seen the RV. They might have found one in their local city and they've seen it first and they still hire a third-party inspector. And then most of the time, lately, I get calls from people all over the country that have found one in my area where I do inspections, and they can't afford the time or the money to fly or drive all over the place looking at these RVs just to find out that they're a lemon. So they'll hire me or another certified RV inspector to go out and take a look on their behalf.
Yeah, what a horrible experience that would be if you bought an RV 1,000 miles away, and when
Right.
you got it, you realized the pictures didn't speak enough words.
Exactly, and that's been known to happen.
Yeah, so getting an RV inspection, there's been a lot of the weight on both sides. You know, I've been an RVer for 10 years, and I know what I'm looking for. You know, how do you not know what you don't know when you don't know what you don't know to look for?
Exactly. Well, I will tell you, I have, I belong to some of the female camping groups, and there's a lot of ladies that are looking just at the aesthetics and not thinking about the hidden surprises, whether it's things that could be dangerous, and not to mention just the basic systems of let's run every single appliance. When you go buy an RV, if you're buying it from a private seller or a dealership, are you going to be there and run every single appliance, every single, plumbing system, the propane systems, looking at every inch of that RV? And you just don't know until you are trained. And I didn't know either. I was an RVer myself, and then when I became certified, I found out so many things that really kind of actually put fear in my heart. I could not believe that I was driving down the road without proper knowledge.
Now, I guess I can have a moment of truth here. I did just purchase an RV, and being the trainer and part of the school and stuff, and being a part of this, I felt like I knew what I needed to look for. And boy, did I catch flack when I didn't get inspection, because I wanted to do my own inspection because I thought I knew enough at this point.
Right.
But to be honest, I have seen the class about 30, 40 times.
Exactly.
Right, but not the inspector class. And there was a few things that I missed. And luckily they weren't too life-threatening or too crazy, but it's things that I was able to fix. But this was a brand new unit. Now, is there a big difference between a brand new unit? Because I'll tell you, I will never buy another brand new unit again without getting an inspection. I think that's where most people, their second RV, that's when they get their first inspection. So I will never get another brand new or used RV without getting an inspector. But do you see just as many issues with brand new units as used units, or is it more than used units?
It's so interesting you say that. And right now, with the inventory so low in the manufacturing of RVs right now, they're kind of churning and burning them out. That's what we talk about right now. And by the way, people do say there's that little rule of thumb. The first purchase is the emotional purchase, and then your second purchase is the more logical purchase. So you are not alone. I used to think that people were getting tired of RVing, and that's why so many people were selling. But it's really because they figure out along the way, what are our needs? What do we really, how do we want to function in this space? Now, as far as new and used, I would suspect that 50% of my calls are on either side right now. On both new and used, you can probably be, I don't want to say a little bit more critical, but you're definitely finding those more fine-tuned items. And I have some stories for you on some brand new ones that were big ticket items that got missed either at the manufacturing level or they didn't get caught during the PDI at the dealership level. So it's a toss-up, and there's still big and small items that you can find on both.
Well, we're going to get to those items soon. We're going to talk about what it costs, so stick with us, and we'll see you on the next episode.